you ready for day 3 of the Summer Showcase live reaction here at Nintendo Prime? Coming up, we have the Shacknews Indie Showcase today, followed shortly thereafter, a couple hours later, by the Nintendo Podcast. It's a biggin. Without further ado, let's bring in your host, Mr. Nintendo Prime. Day 3 of the Summer Showcases are. We're going to take the shades off because I can't see what I'm doing. I don't have my contacts in. Maybe we'll put them in for tonight's show, and maybe we'll wear the shades all night because I feel like we got to be shading on the gamers out there, dude. The more and more games that get confirmed for Switch 2 in these showcases, the more and more the haters are crying. They're shedding their tears and filling the bottle of haters' tears over here. Holy crud, are the haters out in full force every single game with the Switch 2 logo. I love it. Let's do it. Gaming's back, baby. It's Gaming Christmas this week. Ends on Tuesday next week with the Nintendo Direct. Oh man, oh man, oh man. It is going to be a damn good time. Seriously, guys. Well, today's showcase is obviously another one of the indie showcases. You know, there's a ton of indie showcases. We don't have a big boy today. This is the precursor, right? Because the very next time you guys see me live reacting, it's going to be on Friday. Thursday, bit of a timeout, bit of a pause. We will be obviously just, having kind of a normal day tomorrow. We'll have our Q&A stream at night. We'll do a video during the day, that kind of stuff. But I got some stuff going on that conflicts with the schedule of the 2 indie showcases tomorrow. We will recap those showcases on tomorrow night's Q&A, our only Q&A stream of the entire week. That being said, we will be live again on Friday for a nice 8-hour stream, on Saturday for a 9-hour stream, and on Sunday for an 8-hour stream. And hey, once we get to the freaking weekend, look, Summer Game Fest is Friday, Xbox Showcase, PC Gaming Show Sunday, tons of indie stuff happening on Saturday. It's going to be one hell of a weekend, one hell of a week. And then we cap it all off with the final day of Summer Showcase season being a Nintendo Direct that is going to own the day, the only event of the day, June 9th. If you don't want to believe me, because Nintendo hasn't announced it yet, you don't want to believe Nate the Hate, you don't want to believe Jeff Grubb, you don't want to believe Attack the Backlog, look, you ain't gotta believe anything. See you next week for that Nintendo Direct. All right. We had a couple super chats come in. I can't feature because they happened a bit ago, but Jimzo with the $1 Australian, thank you so much. And then we also had another super chat come in from Anthony Cat for $5. Thank you so much for supporting the show and the channel. Everyone, welcome to the year to hand over your wallets. Everyone will be broke from gaming soon. Dude, by the time I'm off my game buying freeze, man, I'm going to need like $5,000 to buy all the games I want to buy, which might just put me back into a game buying freeze coma. I don't know. Dude, this year in gaming has already been insane all the way up to June. I mean, and if you're like are primarily a Nintendo gamer, right? Like you don't really own and game on other platforms. Like, dude, Rebirth coming out this week, such a big deal for Nintendo fans that have not had the opportunity to play these games because they didn't own the PlayStation or obviously like a gaming PC. Dude, what a great time to happen. Great price point as well. Reviewed really well. Yeah, man. I mean, look, that's just this week. We have Star Fox this month. Right, every month Nintendo's got something up their sleeve. Next month they got 2 games in Rhythm Heaven and Splatoon Raiders. My birthday month has 2 Nintendo games coming out. So, hey man, could be more. We have no idea. We don't have dates on a whole bunch of stuff. Look, we have a new exclusive like indie game coming. It was announced on Monday. I think it was a horror game. Chronos Lazarus has been leaking all over the place. We know that's obviously as a Switch 2 exclusive. Expecting to see that at the Summer Game Fest on Friday, like officially revealed. I know you can find all the leaks out there. But yeah, man, we're gonna see a bunch of Switch 2 logos at Summer Game Fest. We're gonna see a bunch of Switch 2 logos at the Xbox Showcase, and of course, Switch 2 logos all over that Nintendo Direct, baby. We're going to be doing a bingo tonight on the show, kind of a combo 3. We'll go over how it all works. It's a very unique bingo we've never done before. It's going to be fun. We'll be talking about Star Fox, of course, tonight on the Nintendo by Podcast, because how can we not? It's been a blowout week for Star Fox with all the previews and the overview trailers and all that great stuff. So, of course, we got to talk about Star Fox. Plus, Birdman has yet to be able to deep dive on his thoughts on Star Fox outside of like a little 3-minute section in a podcast episode. So I know Birdman's gonna just itch to be seeing this footage and talking about all the stuff with Star Fox. So we're gonna be doing that tonight as well. We're gonna be making obviously our bingo and our predict. We're gonna have a bingo that's gonna combine showcases together. You're gonna see it's kind of unique, but separate from that, we're gonna go into like additional, just like extra predictions, special predictions, specifically for the Direct next week. And we're doing that because since we're so confident the Direct is happening on Tuesday and we have a podcast on Wednesday, we're not going to be doing a bonus podcast episode on Tuesday because we're literally live the next day. The entire reason that we do a bonus episode when the Direct is on Thursday is because we don't want to wait an entire week to get to our podcast to talk about it, because by the time we fast forward a week, a lot of the stuff could be old news and there could be different things to talk about. Now we're revisiting a week old news because this is the way the news works. It just keeps flowing forward. It's a lot different when it's only a day later. So we don't really feel the need to schedule an extra podcast on Tuesday. That obviously means for the first time in a while, the day before a Nintendo Direct, you're going to have a live Q&A with just me. And we haven't had that. God, it's been years. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm kind of looking forward to that. We haven't had a pre-Direct Q&A in forever. So really looking for that. Looking forward to that on Tuesday next week. But the news is just flowing. Dude, it's all over the place. Even while I'm speaking, there's probably more news happening, because news isn't just happening in the showcases. It's happening outside of the showcases. There's some pretty cool stuff going on out there. Final Fantasy 7 Part 3, like Nate the Hate today on basically put out there that he fully expects that game is going to be shown off at Summer Game Fest. We know that's coming to Switch 2. That's already a game with the Switch 2 logo for Summer Game Fest. And it's a brand new, and we're going to have it day and date. So that's going to be really cool. That's just like the latest news to pop out there. Like there's so much stuff happening all the time. Dungeons and Dragons Battle Mark just got announced out of nowhere. It's coming to Switch 2 on June 16th. Wasn't even in a showcase. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eye of Heaven R got rated, so that's probably gonna get shown off in one of these showcases. That got rated for Switch 2. Dude, things just keep happening. Madden is coming to Switch 2. Of course, we already kind of figured Madden would come to Switch 2. It came to Switch 2 last year. Unfortunately, no college football. I don't know if and when college football will ever come to Switch 2, but EA is going to EA. you know, you win some, you lose some when it comes to them. So yeah, anyways, guys, things are just popping up like crazy. Persona 6 logos leaking out there, all sorts of stuff. Guys, it's a crazy week. And we're going to have a crazy podcast tonight, and I can't wait to chat it up with the fellas. We have a lot to go over. Man, I love this time of year. As I said, it's Christmas, it's E3 Christmas, it's gamer Christmas, it's heaven for video gamers this week. And it doesn't really matter if you're a PlayStation, an Xbox, a PC, or a Nintendo fan. Regardless, once we are through Tuesday next week, there will be something shown for everyone. If you get to the end of Tuesday next week and there's not a single video game revealed from Monday all the way to Tuesday next week that you are excited for, I seriously have to question if you even like video games. There will be thousands of games shown off by the time we get to the end of Tuesday. And if there's not a single one you're hyped for, then maybe you just don't like video games anymore. That's really the only conclusion I can have, because how could there not be one? At least one game that you're hyped for. Like, how is that even possible to have thousands of games announced and there's not even one I'm excited for? Come on. There's got to be one. At least one. For many of us, there'll be dozens, but there's got to be at least one, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, this is also a really fun week because E3 Christmas is also seemingly console warrior heaven. All the console warriors out in full force, touting why their platform is better than everyone else's platforms due to games being announced. Kind of fucking nuts and crazy, to be honest, especially given that most games go to like everything. But hey, you know, that's the way it is. It's the way it is. So console warriors are having their fun this week as well. I'm just sitting back enjoying all these games getting announced, man. There's so many great games getting announced. Not enough time to play, not enough money to buy them all. It's an insane week. September is looking like, if you only play AAA games, September is so packed with AAA games. If you're excited for them all, I don't know how you're going to find time to play them all unless you just take the whole month off, or you just don't have kids or responsibilities. Maybe you only work part-time and maybe you're like a teacher and you happen to be like a 10-year one or something in college, so you don't have to work during the summer because you make enough money just off the 9 months you work. So then you're like, hey, I'm just going to spend all summer playing video games. All right, cool. Maybe you can pull it off then. All right, let's go ahead and get to the ats of the chat because, look, we have a showcase here, and this showcase we're here for today starts in 20 minutes, so we don't have a lot of time. Because there was only one showcase today, and it was one of these indie ones, I didn't really want to, go too crazy with things and do like a super long pre-show. Look, guys, we have a really long podcast tonight. You guys know what's up with the Nintendo Byte podcast, and a bunch of really long streams coming your way where I get a small break from the streams kind of tomorrow. The day streams anyways, and then right back into a 3-day event, and then a break, and then boom, a Nintendo Direct. So it's going to be pretty cool. When I say a break, it's a break from streaming. I'm constantly working. Guys, I got a video out today, for crying out loud. Remember how I said I wasn't sure if I was going to get any videos out this week? Well, hey, we got one out. I don't know if there's any more coming, but we got one. We got the one, and it's probably the most important one for my channel, and that is a Direct that's coming next week. All right, let's get to the ats in the chat. Let's see here. Jimzo says, well, it looks like the Nintendo, looks like he is Nintendo priming for this video. I was doing something. I was sitting right here. I was doing something, but I let the music play for a bit because I had to complete the task I was currently doing. Let's see here. Well, that's why you have a wonderful community. I do have a wonderful community. Thank you, guys. Did you place the first Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch 2? I answered you in a private DM. Anthony Cat, it's about time. Really, the real good games start flowing faster. Has had a stacked lineup for a fiscal year since COVID hit. Whoop, whoop. Let's go. Going on down, we have a lot more to get to. We got Vazia Brian SK saying the 9th is going to be great. I get to watch Nintendo General while protesting Sony in Destiny 2. I forgot there's like a protest being ordered in Destiny 2 to keep the servers up, but I don't think you're going to win. You know what? I hope the protesting and the backlash leads to them at least leaving the servers online or giving you a way to host your own servers. You know, that new law being passed in California can't come soon enough. It wouldn't have any impact on Destiny 2 anyways, but geez, if Destiny 3 ever becomes a thing someday, we got to avoid this situation. You know, leave these servers up for longer. Come on. Anyways, trying to push everyone to marathon by closing down a completely different game that has completely different fundamentals and gameplay just because they both are FPSs. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're not going to push any... Dude, the Destiny 2 community is going to boycott Marathon. Stop that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't close down one game and hope they all switch over to a completely different type of game. Get out of here, man. That's like closing down Call of Duty and hoping they all buy Splatoon. Get the fuck out of here. That's not how that works, okay? It's not how that works. But hey, you know what? Good luck with your protest. I literally hope that that Sony decides to backtrack. Sony has backtracked to fan backlash before, so maybe this will be another time. We'll see. Especially since the developers didn't even find out it was being shut down until the day it was announced. That's how shitty this was. Not even the developers working on the game knew the game was getting shut down. There's a communication problem inside Bungie and Sony. I don't know what is going on. I don't know how there could be such a miscommunication, but no developer actively working on Destiny 2 should find out at the same time the public does that the thing you're working on is being shut down. You should know before the public. Even if it's same day, you should be told the morning of and then release the public statement later. Like, this is stupid. I get trying to prevent leaks. But no matter what happens when you're shutting down a game, it's always going to be backlash. It doesn't matter if it leaks out. It doesn't matter if you announce it. Either way, people are going to react the same. It doesn't change. The reaction doesn't change just because it leaks. So yeah, you got to let the employees know because this affects their jobs. Like, this is what they do. This is how they support their families. And now as they sit there and it's canceled, the first thought that crosses developers' minds is, fuck, do I have a job when this game closes? I don't know. I fucking don't know if you have a job. Go ask your boss. Hopefully you still have a job when the fucking game is shut down. Because you just know Sony's probably itching to lay off even more people. So it is what it is. After all, they closed an entire studio they purchased in 2022 that literally never even made one game for them. Rip Blue Point. Sorry, getting a little dark here. But some of that aside, some of the other bullshit in the industry aside, we are seeing a ton of really, really great video games so far this week already. That State of Play last night, one of my favorite State of Plays of all time. Until Dawn 2. Oh, it looks good. Wolverine, are you... inject that into my fucking veins. Now, you guys saw it live. You saw my giddiness around Wolverine. I'm so excited for that game. So many more. You know, we've got the Rayman games coming back, which now there's rumors out there that the whole point of bringing the Rayman back was because they're working on Rayman 4 if Retold ends up selling well. I got a feeling Retold's gonna sell actually pretty well. Just a gut feeling that we will see that Rayman 4. We will see that brand new Rayman game because I do think Retold is going to sell well because it's a really good game. It's a known really good game. Everyone knows it's a good game. Tall Show's like, I sent you a story. What story? Oh. Apparently Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick is now a playable wrestler in WWE 2K26. Is that like an official thing or just a fan-made thing? Let's see here. No, it's an update. Oh my God. Why? Okay. You know that had to be the CEO's idea, right? The CEO... In an update to WWE 2K26, saw the third season of content added to the wrestling. Dude, just hold on, let me show you guys so you guys know I'm not just like bullshitting you. It's like a real legit fucking story. This is why? He's not a wrestler. I guess if I was in charge of a company, I'd try to stick myself in video games. So Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick is now playable in WWE 2K26. In an update to WWE 2K26, which saw the third season of content added to the wrestling game, Zelnick was quietly added as a playable fighter. Zelnick has a rating of 77, and he's a cruiserweight. Zelnick's entrance music is Frank Sinatra's My Way, and it currently appears that the song is locked to Zelnick, meaning custom wrestlers can't use the Sinatra tune during their entrances. I'm curious on that. Why not let everyone use it? But I guess they're trying to make the CEO seem special and different. He should not be rated higher than any wrestler in the game, and I guarantee that he is. Anyways, it's the chairman, the CEO, Strauss Zelnick. They added lines into the game. This is just, he certainly got himself in shape. But let's see if the chairman is ready. Anyways, this is just what a stupid up. Whatever. You know what? He wants to stroke his ego and put himself in the game. It is what it is. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's just dumb. But you know what? If I ran video game studios, I'd probably try to insert myself in the game too. So whatever. If I'm a billionaire like he is, I too would try to immortalize myself in a video game. It is what it is. Deliver GTA 40 today. Oh, sorry. That's still toolboxes. What the hell, Snake? Jorge says, why does Switch 2 get Madden but no college football? Yeah, dude, I don't know what they're doing. To be fair, there's like no cross compatibility between the games, basically. You can't import rosters from college to NFL, so the fuck's the point? That being said, yeah, until they add that, I don't really care that much about college football, the game, because, again, one of the things that was so fun was like, you know, creating characters and drafting guys to your, or like recruiting people to your team to choose your team, and then like having them go through the 4 years of college or 2 to 3 years of college, and then watch them advance into Madden into the NFL. You can't do that though, and that sucks. So we can't do that. So yeah, I'm hoping they get able to figure that out. I know it's a financial thing, but I hope they figure it out. Like, not like it costs money for them to do it. It's just that now that college athletes are paid, there's been a lot of complications wrenched into the idea of taking real named college athletes and having them appear in Madden with a roster to draft with. People obviously make custom rosters, but anyways, until that happens, I don't really care as much. But for those people that just love the college football game and don't care about any of that, yeah, I hope it comes to Switch 2 someday. It's obviously not coming this year, unfortunately. And you don't have to take my word for it. Bill Kunn is out in the world telling everyone that no, college football is not coming to Switch 2 this year. Maybe next year. So I feel like we say that every year. Will there be a bonus podcast after the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct? There will be a podcast on Wednesday. That's it. I already went over that. Vasia Brand says, I clean Airbnbs when they're available to clean, so I often have days off for gaming. So I'll definitely be playing a lot of AAAs. Hell yeah. Good job. Also, hell yeah. Lion Star Lion says good afternoon. What do we got here? Corridon 785 says, my prediction is there will be a Pokemon Wind and Waves trailer and a Pokemon Pokopia DLC. We'll see. Sketch 16. Are you streaming the Future Game Show 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday? Yes. Yes, we are. It is extremely stupid that NBA games online servers can only be active for 2 years. Yep. Jimzo, because I live in Brisbane, Australia, the Nintendo Direct might be happening on June 10th, my time, seeing as my nation is quite far ahead of the U.S. time. It'll be your 37th birthday on June 9th. Well, look at that. What a happy birthday, having a Nintendo Direct on your birthday. That's awesome. I've never had that happen. Sketch 16. Well, Thunderstash will be live streaming with you the Nintendo General Direct. Who else will be on? I don't know if anyone else will be on. I'm going to assume no. I'm going to assume there's nobody else on. I'm going to tell you why. Gamebird will be working. Eric will be working. And Stash will technically be working as well. Now, Stash obviously works at home. He makes game reviews. But Stash will be coming back from the Days of Play. And he's going to have like 100 videos he's working on to try to get out from his hands-on experience. So I am willing to bet that he is just too damn busy. He'll be watching the Direct. But I think while he's watching it, he's going to be working on those videos. So I would suspect that no, I don't think we'll see Stash. If he decides he wants to do it, you know, I'm not going to say no. But that's for him, me and him to discuss. Right now, there's zero plans because all three of them have jobs and they're busy, right? And my job's to cover Nintendo. So I'm doing my job too. We're all working. Corridon says, how am I doing today? I am okay. Hasn't been too bad of a day. Been all right. It's summer. Look, moods are usually a little brighter in summer. The sun is out. It's shining. It feels nice at times to go outside. I can swim. I've already been swimming multiple times over the last week. Yeah, it's nice. This is the time of the year where things kind of sometimes brighten up. It can be stressful with kids, of course, but this is the time of year where like the sun comes out and it just, you know, we came off a rainy season, then some winter, and it's like, all right, cool. Now it's like things are just brighter, you know? And not every day. You have days where it's going to rain and stuff like that, but our rain days are coming. I think I have to check the weather app. I know there's like a streak of rain days ahead. It might be next week. Of course, we've had a lot of sun for the last week, so it makes sense. Usually when you have a ton of sun around here in Wisconsin, it's followed up by a bunch of rain because that's how evaporation works. All right. God of War looked good, says Boo Mini. There you go. I'm glad you liked it. Steak 1024. Do you think Bungie is like Wolverine with that photo reminiscing about the good times with Xbox? A little bit. Smidge. That thought had crossed my mind when I watched it. Oh, bro. Apparently people at Bungie have been pitching a new Destiny game spinoff, and it keeps getting denied as well. Also, the servers aren't shutting down, just the development of the new content. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me show you something. They are shutting down. They're just not shutting down right now. Hold on. Oh shit, did I leak something that's not out there? I thought they officially announced the shutdown in 2027. Whoops. Forget I said anything. But anyways, this is why I don't want to know things, guys. That's why I don't want to know things. I'm usually pretty good about it, but for some reason, I thought they already said it publicly. Why did I not double check to make sure they didn't say it publicly yet? Because I knew how I heard it, and it wasn't from a story online. I was mistaken, everyone. I don't know what you're talking about. I was mistaken. My bad. They're just stopping content. What are your thoughts on the new God of War game? People complaining it's a female character. I don't give a shit about the gender of the fucking character. We've known... it's stupid. It's stupid. This is stupid. It's all stupid. I think the game looks fine. It looks like prior God of War games, except it's his wife, and it's taking place while Ragnarok's kind of happening a bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It looks really good. It plays similar to God of War games of the past. Cool. If you're bitching because she's a female, I don't know what to tell you, man. The fuck over it. And it's been rumored forever, so like we knew this game was coming with a female protagonist. I just don't care. It's not like we're never going to get a God of War game with Kratos again. Relax. I know. Game development takes a long time. That's really why people complain. So, like, if you don't like playing as female characters for whatever reason, I don't know what your reason could be. For whatever reason, and you're waiting for the next game starring Kratos. Like, if you didn't like Echoes of Wisdom because it starred Zelda, right? And you're waiting for the next game to star Link, I get it. Like, there's a long wait between games. So I can understand, like, maybe that annoys you a bit. Like, oh, man, 2022, we had Ragnarok. Now I might have to wait until, like, the 2030s to get one starring Kratos again. Like, look, let me tell you, 3D Mario fans know your pain, okay? They know your pain. Oh, Donkey Kong got a new 3D game before the next 3D Mario. So, Mario fans know that pain, but we'll have to wait and see. When's the showcase? 4 minutes. What are your thoughts on the new God of War? Okay, I did that one. Let's see here. Zelnick wasn't the first. Remember when the Square Enix CEO was a super boss? And oh yeah, that was funny. Did they just... Whatever. You know what? You own the studios. As I said, if I was in charge, I'd probably do the same thing. So it's hard for me to be like, this is stupid or this is awesome. Like, I don't give a shit about corporate CEOs being in my game, but whatever. it immortalizes them, and then they, you take that game, you frame it, you put it on your wall or your shelf, and whatever. You're a rich SOB that has the luxury to just throw yourself in a game for no reason, just for your own selfish reasons. Because nobody was asking for him. I can tell you that. There's a million other wrestlers they probably would have rather have be in the game than him. Because he's not a wrestler. He's a corporate CEO. It's not even mentioned alongside the game, despite running 2K or Take-Two or whatever the fuck. Anyways, I hope Hi-Fi Rush gets released for Nintendo Switch 2 this year or next year, Nintendo Direct. That'd be great. I take the rain or cooler weather over mid-80s in manure growing season with no AC in my van. Well, look, I have AC at home and I work at home, so I'm going to worry about that. And my AC works in both of my cars. I would kind of suggest you fix your AC. I'm just saying. I would kind of suggest you fix your AC. I'm not saying I haven't smelled cow manure while driving. Of course I have. It's Wisconsin. It's that time of year. Obviously, they got all the crops planted and they put all the manure down to fertilize everything. So it's kind of stinky here for like the next couple of weeks. But get some AC in your car, man. It's worth the investment, let me tell you. I mean, this already, Stay. You know how miserable these hot, humid summers can be. If you can't find a way to cool down, and when you're stuck like working and driving vans, and it could be a work van, and then you're just screwed because they're not fixing the work van. Well, shit. Hope you have at least a fan. I know when Yulia used to do like packages for Amazon, she had fans during the summer because their AC was always broken. So she brought like her own fans to at least provide some sort of cooling. All right. Where is Naughty Dog? They're working on Intergalactic. That's what they're doing. All right. Let's get that showcase on screen here because it starts in like a minute. We're going to turn our music off, get ready to go. I got to update our day 2. It's day 3. And on the capper, we're just going to call it not a Nintendo Direct thing instead of saying Summer Showcase. We're a Nintendo channel. We got to treat Nintendo a little different. A little different in the today's topic. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just obviously reading the chat there, as you guys saw. I'll move to my other monitor now to read the chat. Let's see here. It's almost that time in California. I don't know what that means. It's too expensive for the company to maintain AC in my work. Get the fuck out of here. Too expensive. It's always the AC. They said the same shit to Yulia. Then I looked up like how much it would cost if you had to fully replace the whole AC system in that van. And back then it was like $1,500. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then it's got a 10-year warranty. Get the fuck out of here. 10-year warranty, $1,500. You're fucking Amazon. Get the fuck out of here and put AC in your van. Shut the fuck up. Too expensive. Now, again, same excuse given, different company than you probably work for. Dude, it's just you're cutting corners. Just admit what you're doing. Someone's pocketing money somewhere and cutting corners. It is what it is. It's stupid. Make your employees miserable and die out there. Dumb. We'll bring that down. We'll bring that down. See here. Honda quoted me $7K to fix. Dude. Yeah. Yeah. So any of those foreign cars seem to have like really expensive replacement costs. Even Hondas. Like Hondas are usually very modular. Like a lot of people can buy like aftermarket mods all the time, but like their core systems, like the transmission or like the AC, it's always like ridiculously expensive. Maybe it's because they have to import it special from overseas. I don't know. I had that issue when the AC went out of my old Honda, not my current one, my old Honda. And they were quoting me. It wasn't quite 7. It was like 5, 6. And that was for one they could get from a junkyard. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is a junkyard one that expensive? I don't know, man. It's one of the core systems, and so there's not aftermarket parts for it. It's stupid. They don't put AC in work vans. Oh, dude. A lot of these companies, when you're in like delivery vans or like a work van, where, where obviously you're doing, whatever work you're doing, a lot of these big companies, they just don't care. Like it obviously had AC when they bought it. Like it came with the vehicle, but once it breaks, because it always inevitably does, because you use it a lot during the winter every day, or during the summer every day, they just don't fix it. Sometimes they don't even have it.
My name is TJ Dinzer, Senior News Editor for Shacknews.com, and once a week, your host, purveyor, and supplier of fine indies on the live stream we call Indie-licious. It is my absolute pleasure to bring you, as part of Shacknews E4 2026 in the summer of doing our jobs, the newest Shacknews Indie Game Showcase. We've assembled around 30 games, many making their debut reveals, some of them doing updates, but all of them awesome games from around the world. I'd like to offer tremendous thanks to the developers, publishers, and PR that entrusted us with their projects to be able to bring this showcase together. We literally couldn't do it without your help, and I think it's led to the best showcase we've assembled in the years we've been doing this. Without further ado, I'd like to let these games take the stage. Please enjoy.
A volleyball game. Dude, you never see volleyball games. I mean, it's a little stiff. It's an indie. You gotta remember, this is an indie game. So the animation's a little stiff, but you never see volleyball.
Is a 6-on-6 indoor volleyball video game developed by 26K.
I'm surprised.
26K is just one person. That's me. Hi. And this is my third sports game. I previously made Mini Hockey Champ and a football game called Sunday Rivals. Now, if you're a volleyball fan like myself, you know that there's barely any viable options out there when it comes to 6-on-6 volleyball video games. Most of them are either really old or just don't hit the mark. So last year, I set out to fix that problem, and I'm hopeful now that Killer Aces will finally be that option that everyone can play and enjoy for years to come. And you'll be able to try out the game pretty soon. The demo will be part of the upcoming Steam Next Fest in June, and then later in this year, I'll be releasing the game into early access, which means everything you're seeing now will only get bigger and better over time. Killer Aces is planned to have an international tournament mode that includes both men's and women's leagues. The game will also feature a robust set of team and player customization tools, so you can really get in there and create exactly the kind of league that you want to play. And you don't have to be a volleyball expert to play this game. It's built to be pick up and play with simple to learn controls.
Yeah, it looks a little arcadey.
Easy to grasp,
It looks a little
but still
arcadey.
provide a good
Nothing wrong
challenge
with
for
that.
more seasoned players who are looking to really capture the depth of the sport. I appreciate y'all checking out my game. I encourage you to grab the demo and give it a run yourself. And I'm looking forward to making Killer Aces the best volleyball video game ever made. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Yeah, it is crazy how there's no
I'm Brendan
standard
from
volleyball
We're a
games
two-person
really out there.
studio located in Nova
Just beach
Scotia,
volleyball
Canada,
stuff.
and we're currently working on our first title, Cloudbreaker. Cloudbreaker is an inventory management bullet heaven where your inventory is your build. Arrange engine parts in your ship's hold to create synergies and survive in the sky. If you'd like to try Cloudbreaker, we have a demo on Steam now. Please enjoy the trailer.
Funny to see how much the asteroids style genre of games has evolved. 'Cause that's what this is. It's the evolution of asteroids. It's funny seeing how this genre has evolved over time. It's still around. This isn't the only game like this. There's a bunch of indie games that are obviously asteroid based.
Hey Shacknews, we're Adam and Tom from SFP Games, and we're here to show you the Mermaid Mask.
Yeah, Asteroid, I think.
Follow up to Tangle Tower, and also the fourth game.
I'd have to go look at the history, Corey, to know if Asteroid is actually just a variation of Space Invader. It probably is.
In the Mermaid Mask, Detective Grimoire and Sally.
I was a little kid back then, so I didn't really know what was inspired by what. I'd have to go look.
We're here investigating the murder of Magnus Mortuga, your previous captain.
My captain? Never.
You'll interrogate suspects, connect clues, uncover contradictions, and piece together your own deductions as the mystery unfolds.
It seems our collective fate hangs on the outcome of your investigation.
It's a lovingly handcrafted, fully voiced detective adventure with sharp humor and plenty of puzzles to solve.
You know, of all the detectives I've met, you two really are the most recent.
Grimoire, he's being mean to us.
Yeah, Newgrounds, man.
The Mermaid Mask is out this summer. If you love mystery games, please give us a wishlist on Steam. Thanks for watching.
嗨，大家好，我是 Gido Gido 的制作人 Muscle， 我们是来自台湾的开发团队。Gido Gido 是一款结合怪兽破坏都市以及派对混乱的对战游戏。游戏中，你将扮演名为 Gido 的小怪兽，在都市中尽情的破坏建筑、吞食路人，还可以跟队友合体变身成超巨大怪兽，与对手进行一场惊心动魄的巨兽对决。游戏中不会有艰涩的指令，也不会有复杂的系统，所有的功能都非常直觉，好上手。我们希望玩家可以在非常舒压、非常欢乐的情绪下享受《Gido Gido》这款游戏。那就让我们一起拭目以待吧。
Revolving. Hey, we're trying to make a Gleeok over here. We're trying to make a Gleeok over here. There you go. Puking on everything. What the hell? This is pretty fun, to be honest. Reminds me a little bit of like a bit of Rampage back in the day. There's some unique elements in it though. That game looks pretty good.
You're a lifelong gamer and you absolutely love playing games with your friends, creating awesome memories, having lots of laughs, and of course, ruining friendships. And that's exactly why I created my new game, Car Park Hero. Car Park Hero is a 2-to-8 player PvP racing game with friends, where every round is an intense race across handcrafted maps to park your car before your friends do. During each round, you'll utilize
park your car
elements such as missiles,
it's like
reflective barriers, speed boosts.
So you got to park your car before your friends.
Do everything.
Is that like a musical chairs?
Because every round,
you know,
there is one
you got to
less
get there,
parking spot
get
than
parked
the
before
players.
the other player
So
does.
if you don't park your car, you will be eliminated from the game.
Let's see what the game's like.
But don't worry, if you're eliminated early, you can come back as a ghost car and get revenge on whoever stopped you from parking your car or create chaos for the existing players.
That's cool.
The game eventually culminates in an intense.
So when you get mad at someone for taking you out, you're like, screw you, I'm going to come back and take your ass out.
Their variety.
Join me.
Car Park Hero boasts a massive array of maps on launch, each with their own unique theme, layout, and mechanics. There are also a bunch of game modes that you can mix and match to make every experience different from the last. These game modes include first-person mode, manual cars, hazardous weather, and many more. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the trailer. Make sure you wishlist Car Park Hero on Steam and follow for any future updates. The demo is right around the corner. Thank you.
All right, guys, 4 of us in the race, only 3
woke me up.
spots available. If you don't get there, you're out of here. Are you ready? Go, go, go! Whoops! No!
Thanks for the parking spot.
Why?
Yeah, it is like musical chairs. It is like musical chairs to get there. See, there's multiple. See? Yeah, you're trying to get them. Okay.
Whoever shot
Yeah.
is the biggest piece.
It's a neat concept.
3 of us left now. Only 2 spots. Let's go.
I just can't take that corner. Just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us. Hey, that's my parking spot.
Oh my god.
Why? How did you get a license?
How did you get a license? The friendly banter of playing multiplayer games.
Made a mistake. Finally, it's time.
Oh my god, he was looking down at her boobs and then he crashed. What the fuck? He got distracted by the titties. I understand, man. I understand. You like titties. They can be a nice distraction at times. Especially when trying to park, apparently. Especially if they're your own titty. that was a fun looking game. That was a fun looking game. I can see that one being like highly addicting to play with friends. Kind of like Boomerang Foo. Just a really addicting multiplayer loop. Nice try, Tall Show. Soccer ball. Blue-ray hunting. Oh! Shotgun his ass.
Hi, I'm Maria Dratnik and Friends. We're an award-winning developer and publisher of lovingly crafted puzzle games. Here's a trailer for He Who Watches, our upcoming first-person puzzle game about walking on walls, manipulating gravity, and discovering secrets.
Grid-based movement. Yeah, interesting. So games like this are interesting. They're puzzle games, right? You know. Obviously, this one being based on like bow mechanics. Oh, this is neat. You can change your perspective like that. I'm trying to remember how you can move. You know. And apparently, it looks like you gotta be next to surfaces to flip. To flip the room. So is it all block? It must be all block puzzles, huh? By the way, that's totally like a Sheikah eye, isn't it? I'm not like crazy, right? That basically it's a knockoff Sheikah eye. I mean, it's not exactly the same design, but come on, it's clearly a Sheikah
And now
eye.
a look at the debut title from new developer Blvd
Clearly.
Games. Are you ready to master?
They're like
the
very
hidden power of
obvious what
didgeridoo?
game they like. They like Zelda games. They like the block puzzles, so they made a game about block puzzles. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the game just being about one puzzle type. There's a lot of stuff you can do. More block puzzles. Look at this. See, people love block puzzles. Looks interesting. Demo's out right now on Steam.
The Archdemon's seal. So, it was all real.
There is nothing you can do.
Fenrix, let's move. Are you ready?
Always.
See? This music matches the trailer. Finally. Remember when we had like a bunch of indie games where the music didn't match what you were seeing? The music makes sense for this game. Embrace. Oh, Ember and Blade. Ember and Blade. Okay. PC. And consoles. Oh, are they just going to do all consoles? They're coming to everything?
Hey everyone,
That might be
Swede
Switch
here
2.
from Low Drag Labs.
That could be Switch
We
2.
are a couple of veteran game developers who recently decided to go indie and make a new type of game. It is a 200-player, 30-minute roguelite. So it's combining that massive scale of MMOs where you have hundreds of people running around doing different activities like fishing, hunting, mining, and fighting giant bosses, with the procedural nature of roguelites, where you have random runs, different encounters and bosses every time, different synergies, different crazy ability combos. The game is called Minimo. We just ran a playtest the other week, and we're running another playtest to test our networking in the coming weeks that you can sign up for now. I would love to hear what you think about the game. Super excited. Here it is.
Whoa. So massively online. Unless it's like a Fall Guys kind of game. Why do I feel like it's kind of like a Fall Guys kind of game? A massively co-op roguelike? What? Definitely haven't seen a game like this. Dude, there's so many different classes and types. Cook. Okay. Choose violence. Ah. Get the shiny. Who cares? I'm fishing. Where's the fireballs? Oh my god, so dumb. Yeah, there was a WoW reference there. That was nice. This game does look fun. This does look fun. Just gonna fish. Ah, it's not a fish, is it? Or no. Oh! Full sin! Mega boss fight! What the hell? Oh, that game looks fun. That does look like a fun game. I might have to try the playtest out. That game looks fun. F you, Hans.
Pilot the two-headed giant robot Super Supreme to save the world from a monster invasion. Face off against a toxic bowl of ramen. The mutated...
Not to mute him and like be rude, but we had a super chat, and you guys might care about this news more than what's being shown right now.
Pokemon Fan 34 has donated $4.99 and says ATB just said in his live stream he has heard about Twilight Princess coming to Switch 2.
Hey, Pokemon fan, can you give me a timestamp on that and like a clip? We can use it for the podcast tonight. So if you can find like a clip or a timestamp for me and just send it to me so I can download it later and try to get a clip for it, that would be great. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the show. What is this, Megazord versus Ramen? This is super hot. Yeah, it's like it feels like a 3D version of Among Us a little bit. Like not exactly, but very, very similar.
It was Gobi.
No. Let me explain.
I've not seen any golf games yet, Joey. No.
You've wondered, Mirthwood.
Kind of surprised you haven't seen at least one. You got a volleyball game, for crying out loud.
It's about to change. For the first time, online multiplayer is coming to Mirthwood. Build, farm, fight. And beyond the familiar roads, a new horizon awaits. Set sail in a new expansion and search for the family.
I don't know anything about this game, but it looks nice.
Discovered forgotten wrecks, distant islands, and places best left undisturbed. outfit your ship to reach deeper waters and survive what waits beyond the shore. The sea calls you later this year, whether alone or together, in the Seafarer's expansion.
That's huge to add online multiplayer.
As a detective, this is my duty. I gotta find them. Jesus Christ.
We saw this game on Monday, I think. Right? I feel like we saw this on Monday. This is a new look at it. But I feel like we saw this game on Monday. But I'm glad this is like new footage. Yeah, it's new footage. Good. If you're gonna have your game in multiple showcases, each showcase should have different footage.
I need to find answers.
Yeah. If you're going to be in multiple showcases, each one should have new footage. Cool.
I hope you're enjoying the showcase as we're more than halfway through the show. Up next, we have a mind-bender of a game from the mind of Mark J. Mayers, Ty Taylor, Kyle Landry, Chris Lavinia, Desiree Miller, and Max Sandler at the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild. It's Desolus. This is an M.C. Escher-like puzzle game in which you wander through Gothic architecture from the past and future. Please check it out.
Twilight Princess. Sorry, that last scene with the golden thing, it made me think of Twilight Princess. Like, wait a second. Twilight Princess is in this? I'm so confused.
Welcome to the Exovia program. First, give your factory space to grow. In zero gravity, mining creates floaters. Keep resources moving to prevent clutter. At Exovia, we solve one problem and then the next. Start your first training mission now.
It's okay.
Hi, I'm Stefan, co-founder and developer of Locomo. We're building a cozy world builder around one big idea. What if, instead of playing as one villager...
By the way, without knowing anything about the Twilight Princess situation, because I haven't actually seen what he said, when I hear about like Twilight Princess coming to Switch 2, the only thing that comes to mind is just NSO. It being added to GameCube NSO.
There's no failure state, no pressure to build the
So, I mean, that's cool, but that's like the only thought crossing my mind is that it's that.
On the trains, buildings, and
But we'll see. I don't actually know what he said, so
you can fill it in with randomly generated villagers.
Want to tweak the name, look, and personality of every one of the thousands of tiny inhabitants? Or maybe something in the middle? That's cool too.
Locomo is designed for whatever level of depth you want. You can relax and build a beautiful little town, or create a complex living world with clever transportation networks and lively villages.
Our goal is simple, a creative sandbox that feels calm, playful, and alive, where the world you build becomes home to thousands of tiny villagers.
Wishlist Locomo on Steam today.
Castlevania kind of game here? This is definitely Castlevania inspired. Holy shit. Is it Castlevania? No. Definitely inspired by Castlevania, though. It's Castlevania. It's Castlevania. It's like the exact same gameplay, even with the whip. It's funny. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa! Of Simon Quest. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa. Whoa.
Hi,
Whoa,
I'm Jonathan,
they got the license
creative
for
director
Simon
of
Quest?
Voidling Bound, and today
Oh,
I'm thrilled to
shit!
give you a fresh gameplay overview of the game.
That's
Voidling
awesome!
Bound seeks to reinvent the monster taming
Well,
genre
I did not
with
expect
a unique
that. That's
blend
awesome.
of fast-paced
You
third-person
never see an
combat
indie
and creature
studio
collection. The game
get
is
that
releasing
license,
on
you know?
June 9th, 2026. In our
Nice.
game, you'll get to mind meld with alien creatures called
Well, good for
Voidlings
them.
in the hopes of saving the universe from an unknown parasite. As you traverse
No wonder
lush
it looked the
alien
way it
planets,
did. It makes
you'll
all-
be
it makes
tasked
sense
with
now.
cleansing the environment from the plague
So
that
I'm like, this
blackens
is
the
really
land.
blatant.
Bring back to life the vibrant
It's
jungles
supposed to
of
be
Virio,
blatant. That's the
frigid
point.
deserts of Solum,
Ah,
and
okay.
uncover the mysteries of Aulis. During your
Alright.
missions, you'll retrieve Voidling eggs and discover a cast of powerful creatures you'll be able to wield in combat.
Oh yeah,
and
we're
evolve through
getting that
branching
Simon
paths.
game on Switch 2.
Each evolution changes
Easy.
how your creature
No way
is
we're not
played
getting that
and
game.
looks. New mutation adding body parts that changes your creature's
Might have even been at
attributes,
the end of the trailer.
and
I
new
was still-
abilities that alter your
I was still in
playstyle.
shock
Final evolutions unlock
that it was an actual
powerful
Simon's
mutated
Quest
perks,
game.
each one unlocking new possibilities for the splicing station. In the splicing station, you'll be able to customize your Voidling's look and craft new powerful synergies, change its base elemental alignment, override its abilities, and create dual element specimens. Combine up to 3 mutated perks and unleash the full potential of your new creation. Once the story concludes, you'll get to dive into the Abyss, an endless game mode that requires the strongest specimens to survive an onslaught of enemies. But first, make sure your specimens are fully upgraded and leveled up. In the Cerebrum Enhancer, you'll be able to utilize research points to unlock powerful ability upgrades, some of them granting damage bonuses, while others grant new behavior across all specimens of the same species. Each time your Voidling levels
Yeah,
up,
this-
you get to equip attribute points to
Shacknews
improve its
is
capacities in combat.
so
Do you want to
far
build a Swift Scout
been putting
or a
on a
tanky
pretty good
bruiser?
show.
The choice
I
is
got to
yours.
admit.
Once your specimen is fully leveled
Credit
up,
to
make sure
Shacknews.
to
They're a
breed
news
them with the
they're a
right
news
partner.
website like
When
IGN,
breeding to
GameSpot,
Voidlings,
etc.
Offsprings will get to inherit
Credit to
attributes
them.
and natures from their parents.
This is
allowing
actually a
each
pretty good
generation to
indie
grow in
show.
strength. Now that your creature is fully decked
I'm not
out,
bored.
dive
I'm
into
literally
the abyss and
liking-
attempt to recover
like, a lot of
rare
these
DNA
games look good.
catalyzers to
Like, I
push
kinda
your
wanna try
creature's
them.
power beyond its limits. What specimens will you create to reach the maximum depth?
I'm really glad I decided to stream this because, guys, I was glancing at my subscription feed. Not a single person I am subscribed to is streaming this event. I'm the only one in my entire feed streaming this event. And yet this event is better than some of the other events that we have seen so far. Kind of crazy. I'm really glad I decided to stream this. Because this is a good event. This is the Shacknews Indie Showcase. And having a Simon's Quest game in here, that was just... I'm surprised they didn't end with that. Like, how... Do they have a bigger game than a Simon's Quest game coming at the end? 'Cause that Simon... dude, that announcement took me just like complete shock. We're not streaming any showcases of Joy. My stream schedule for this week is up on our community section. You can go look at that. Then that'll answer all your questions about my stream schedule for this week. I know all the streams aren't set up yet. Oh, I'm sure the Simon's Quest game will come up tonight. I'm sure. podcasts while people are alive. Yeah, Pokemon fan. It is hard to do it. That's why I asked. I'm like, I literally can't run this live stream and do it. So, yeah, I know it's hard to get clips and timestamps while people are alive.
Now then, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. Backyard baseball. I gotta let Eric know now.
Pretty good, right? I like to think so. And I hope you do too. That's the end of our Shacknews E4 2026 Indie Game Showcase.
That's what they ended with, Backyard Baseball. Nice.
Developers, publishers, and PR that put forth their projects.
I can't complain about ending with Backyard Baseball. Backyard Baseball and Simon's Quest.
And to those who watched, thank you.
I'm probably more hyped for Simon's Quest.
Shacknews.com, where you'll find an article for this showcase and a directory to every single game that was shown today, as well as linkage on where to find.
Look at that. It's about a 45-minute show.
Wishlist, support, and play these games.
That's good.
Showcases like this are only part of the equation. An indie game survives on more than just watching a trailer. Exactly. So if there's even one game in here today that interests you, I implore you, please seek it out, find its page, and wishlist it at the very least. It really helps them. And we'll be doing our part here at Shacknews to continue to highlight cool indies, whether it's through our news, our coverage, or through live streams like Indielicious on Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, hosted by myself. Until next time, this has been TJ Denzer, Senior News Editor for Shacknews.com, and always your host, purveyor, and supplier of fine indies. Have fun, stay hungry, play more indies, y'all. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, TJ, and thank you to all those talented developers who participated in today's Shacknews E4 Indie Showcase. If you liked today's presentation and would like to support Shacknews and our production efforts, please consider buying some of our merch today at shackshop.com. We're actually launching our new anti-AI collection today. If you think clean air and clean water are greater than AI, we have some merch for you. Tired of big tech companies making claims about AI that amount to fraud? Do you think something stinks about these AI turds? Say no to AI and support Shacknews by buying some of our new anti-AI merch collection exclusively at shackshop.com.
That is kind of funny. I almost want to buy one of the shirts. Maybe later. I'm assuming they're like, $20 to $30 plus shipping, but that's usually what these kind of custom shirts are. Oh man, that was a good showcase, guys. Look, obviously, tastes are gonna change and depend on what you like. I thought the mix was the best indie showcase so far. I think this was definitely on par, with a few announcements being better than what the mix did, and well paced. This is a very well paced. Like, they had developers come on for a bit to talk about their game, but they didn't over talk. They didn't overstay their welcome. We at most had like a minute and a half on screen time before they ended up showing gameplay. It was a very well put together show. It seems like Shacknews understands the frustrations many have with a lot of these showcases and how they're structured, and how the pacing's so off, and how sometimes the best games get shown in the middle and then end with something that's not great. It's a very interesting super chat.
Anthony Gerclor 7 has donated $23.29 and says, "Jolly good show, Mr. Prime. I just had an apple pie."
Well, hope you enjoyed your apple pie, Anthony. Thank you so much. If you're wondering about the shots for the super chat stuff, the $20 and up shots will be on the podcast tonight. We'll have those active for the podcast tonight, but not during these day streams, just in case I have to do anything today. Actually, after this, I'm getting straight to work on the podcast episode. We don't have any show notes yet. I got to get clips warmed up. I got to make my own bingo card still. I got a lot I got to get done before the show. I know that's 3 hours away, but we're not done yet. We're gonna stay live here for a little bit. So what do you guys think of that showcase? I'll give you my thoughts. I thought it was really good. Obviously, Simon's Quest and New Backyard Baseball, that's gonna stick in my head because those are known properties to me. But there was a lot of good games. There was a lot of good games in that showcase. I think Shacknews did a great job. Really, truly. It's a better showcase than I could have put on. It was awesome. Yeah, it's one of the better showcases, says JV. Very concise, respect the viewer's time, kept things moving. I know a few showcases that could take some notes. Yeah, man, like, you know, don't overwhelm you with too many games in the same genre or the same style. You know, if developers want to talk, keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't over talk. You know, I honestly, I'm just really, really impressed and really happy that the Shacknews show. I'm really glad we decided to live stream it. I know it's weird to say, but dude, no one else was giving this show any attention. They should be. This is definitely going to be on our must-watch list every year moving forward. We're going to have to watch the Shacknews showcase. They seem to get it. And look, they're just some guys working on a news website like me back in the day, making content, and I'm really, really happy for the Shacknews team. I'm really happy for those indie developers. Let me see here. What was the name of the game where it was a massive co-op and they had the big boss fight? That was that one with like the laser boss, right? I'll go to Shacknews' website. I bet you they have a recap on their website. I go to Shacknews about once a week. I probably should make them part of my regular rotation for news, but okay. So then let's see here. The name of that game was, okay, yeah. So Shacknews here. I'll link you guys the article. Shacknews has, of course, because it's their showcase, they literally had this post ready to go with all the information on every game in the showcase, plus trailers, links to buy, etc., etc. Shacknews is on top of their shit. So that's awesome. Awesome to see, which is their showcase. So they had this all prepared ahead of time. That game, I believe, was, I'm scrolling down on it right now. That game, I believe, was, does it go north? No. No, it was after the volleyball game. Well, that doesn't mean they have these in order of how they showed them in the show. Let's see here. Is this it? Was it Masters of Mayhem? Or maybe, wasn't it Minimo? It was Minimo. This is it. This is it. Yeah. This is the one we're talking about. It's this one. Yep. It's Minimo. So this is the one you're going to want to add to your wish list if you're interested. That's the one. Yeah. So there you guys go. There you go. But I dropped the link if anyone wants to go check out those games, get them on their wish list. It's really cool when like a news outlet runs one of these events just because they are prepared like this. Like you could just get the full summary with all the links to everything. It's very convenient because, you know, they're not reacting to someone else's event. They're reporting on their own. Laser Boss. Yeah. Oh, and I want to play Go North too. It's coming to Switch. Yeah, Go North is coming to Switch. See if they have a link to the eShop here. It might not be on the eShop yet, to be fair. Yeah, not on the eShop yet. There is a demo, apparently. Never mind, it is on the eShop. There's a demo. There's a demo on the eShop, it says. Unless I'm reading this wrong. Hold on, guys. Unless I'm interpreting this incorrectly. It says, release date July 28th. Xbox and PC coming soon to Switch. Demo available. So like it's not going to be there on July 28th, but it says demos available. So there, I don't have my Switch 2 on me right now. I have my an old Switch 1 right here. But like it's dead right now. Oh, it's my It's my son's Switch one. Yeah, hasn't been charged in a while. Anyways, yeah. So apparently there's supposed to be a demo for it. So I don't know. Yeah, you guys can't find any demos yet. Okay, yeah. So and you guys saw what I saw. There's supposedly going to be a demo on Switch. It's not going to be available on the 28th. Maybe they mean that like on July 28th, while it's available on Xbox and PC, that same day they're launching a demo for Switch. I don't know. I obviously don't know, but apparently there's going to be a demo on Switch. So no idea when it's coming. But you know, if you like Go North, it's one of those things. If you want to get it on Switch or Switch 2, you're gonna have to like jot it down somewhere, put a reminder in your phone to check the eShop later to see when it gets added, so you can put it on your wish list and maybe play the demo. Let's see here. But yeah, I assume it'll be in the eShop soon. Yeah, they're already advertising a demo for the game. It's got to be there. 2:08, the timestamp for Attack the Backlog. Should we see what he said? Should we see? We're still live, right? So we should just see what he said. We'll see live. If this is even. So stream ended. Okay. And you said what timestamp again? Was this? Let's see here. You said 2:08, like 2 minutes and 8 seconds, or 2 hours and 8 minutes. You didn't say it 2 minutes and 8 seconds. It's gotta be 2 hours. 2 hours and 8 minutes. Because he wasn't live yet. I see him holding up something Zelda. This must be it. I'm not gonna. I mean,
see how red I am. So it's intensifying the colors. Actually, a lot more, like not as crazy color as that. But it's a war canvas. There you go. That I will send to whoever wins it.
I'm guessing 208. That's what I have right now, but I don't know.
And so that'll be the woohoo prize.
Oh, that's from one of those giveaways you did.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever wins it, I'll send it to you.
I hope so. You won it. And it goes on my wall.
Lost to start over at Glass Joe. That's what I was gonna say. Back in the day, we couldn't just do this. We had to. Back in the day, you lose here, you have to go back like 4 fighters. Oh my god! Back in the day, games were brutal. Oh, Zelda at the end stream for beating the game. Yeah. Either I don't think I'm gonna beat the game, so it'll be the last giveaway. I'm trying to think now.
2 hours 48. 2:48. Okay, 2:48. All right, so we weren't even close. Hold on here. It's way towards the end. Okay, we'll go here 10 seconds before.
Come on. It's amazing, says Jamie. Hold on, I missed what.
Don Flamenco.
No idea.
Get ready. He's about to say something. So the comment is, no idea how we have not gotten HD on or for Twilight Princess HD. Let's see what he says.
How we have not got HD or Switch 2. Well, I can't say anything about it, but I'll just say that I've heard about Twilight Princess for the Switch 2. I've heard something about it. I'll say that. During his jabs.
So it's not very. So the question is the question brings up the Twilight Princess HD. His response though doesn't seem like. His response doesn't seem like it's like coming out, like the HD one. I don't know. It's like open to interpretation. I mean, I could just straight up reach out to him and just be like, "Hey, I know you're not gonna you're not gonna give me like details. I don't want details, but like, are you talking about like Twilight Princess, like NSO or something more?" Maybe he'll answer. I doubt it. I doubt he'll answer, but even if I ask him, he'll probably tell me I just can't tell anyone, even if he tells me. So, okay. Well, I have no idea. I assume if it's NSO or something like that, we'll see it at the next Direct in like part of a 40th anniversary Zelda section, which is something I do expect. Oh my God, spoiler warning. I expect a 40th anniversary Zelda section. Yeah, I do. Like Legitimately, that's what I expect. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I think that could probably about do it today. What time did I say I was going to be done today? I think it was around this time, around 5:30, if I remember right. To make sure I don't shortchange you on my commitments on such a short stream. What did I say on my post? I figured I had this memorized, but I literally don't. I have to look at it like every day. To roughly 6. So it would be about a half hour shorter. Well, I said roughly. So I guess it's still on time. We have the podcast tonight as well. All right. Twig says, my prediction. Guesses are eternal. Darkness. A new Wave Race. Switchboards 2. Ocarina of Time remake on Switch 2 this year. And then Nintendo fan came in and said, I just shit myself. Be sure you get a change of pants, man, and maybe fix that mustache you have going way off screen. What are you trying to outdo the Stash Man? You can't outdo the Stash Man dressed as Mario. Get out of here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tonight for the Nintendo podcast. We'll see you then. I was about to say goodnight, everybody, but no. Don't. No, good night. See you at the podcast. Bye, everyone.